You don't like snail, or maybe you don't know how to prepare it well. So welcome to a detailed tutorial on how to cook and wash your snail very well. So if you don't like snail, after trying this recipe, I bet you're gonna love it. So first of all, this is our alum. So we'll be using the alum in washing the snail. So as you can see, this snail is actually sold for 1,500, but I priced it and the lady in the market sold it to me for 1,200. So we'll go ahead to wash this snail because it's washed already. It has been washed already in the market, but it still has that slime. So to get that slime off it, we have to wash it well. So you have to get the alum. As you buy the snail, you buy an alum as well. The alum, I got it for 200 naira. So you use it in washing. As you can see, this yellowish thing you're seeing on the screen is a slime. So it has to go off so that you don't get an awful taste after making your snail. So we're just going to wash that. If you're finding it difficult preparing snail at home, or if you've never tried it, then this video is for you. So make sure you watch to the end and listen attentively, and as well watch closely so that you learn how to wash the snail properly. Lest I forget, don't forget to do the needful. Yes, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share and comment. So you liking this video will encourage me to do more. You sharing the video will make it get to other people out there that love to prepare snail by themselves but cannot. Also, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell to be notified whenever I post amazing and interesting videos like this. I'm done washing the snail, and as you can see, it's all clean. So next it's time to show you the condiments we'll be needing for this particular recipe. So first is the oga pata. Yes, our snail, as you all know, I've already washed it. And then next is our seasoning cube. Very importantly, yes, you don't need much, just 2 will do. And then our normal pepper. So I'll be using 2 different types of pepper for this particular recipe. So I'll be using this when making the snail, when cooking it. And then for the other type of pepper, which is the shombo pepper, I don't know what you call it, but for me I call it shombo. I don't know if it's this one that's called bell pepper or whatever, but I know it as shombo pepper. So and then next are onions. Very important. So we don't need much onions here, we just need little, because I'll still cut another onions. Yes, I'll cut that one in a round shape. So but this one we use it for cooking the snail. And then our salt, very important. Most people don't like using salt, but for me I use both salt and seasoning cube. So first of all, we have to go in with just little water, and then next we'll go in with our salt. Yes, we pour the salt into the pot. Yes, you don't need that much water because this water has to dry when the snail is cooking. And then next our onions. You just go in with your onions. So as you can see, I didn't go in with all because I'll still be using that onions in frying the pepper for the snail. And then next our seasoning cube. So I'll just be using, let's just say 1.5. So you don't really need much for this. You don't need much seasoning cube, so just little will do. And then I'll go ahead to slice in my pepper. So I didn't want to blend this, and I also don't have strength to pound it either. So I'll just go ahead to cut that. And then after that, I'm just going to stir. So you stir properly and then get it ready to cook. Next is time to light up the burner and let this cook for some minutes. Meanwhile, while we wait for that to cook, we will have to prepare the other pepper, which I call the shombo pepper. So as you can see, I'm done taking out the seed out of the pepper. So the seed of this pepper is usually strong, it doesn't blend smoothly. So I've already taken out the seed out of the pepper and it's time to wash it. So I'm just going to wash that, put that in the blender, blend it, and then remove. So at this point, I forgot to go in with the other pepper, yes, the normal pepper. So I'm just going to put that into the blender and then blend it all together. So guys, there was a video I made few months ago saying that this particular blender over here can't even blend just pepper smoothly, and this is a brand new blender, as in brand new, not even second hand. Well, as for now, we had to repair our previous blender, as you can see. So this is the previous blender I told you guys about in this particular video that I made, right? So we repaired it, and as you can see, it blended the pepper very well. Like, it blended it smoothly without lumps. Although I wanted it lumpy though, I didn't want it that smooth. However, our snail is ready, and as you can see, the water has almost dried off. So I'm just going to let this dry off and then we'll start to fry. I know most of you will be wondering, how do you know that the snail is ready? So it doesn't have to cook for long. You just leave it for, let's just give it 30 or 40 minutes. So that's why I say you don't have to put lots of water, so that the water will be able to dry. And then I've gone in with my vegetable oil. Next, I'll just put in the snail and then we'll let this fry. So it doesn't have to fry for long, just here and there. So after frying it, we'll go into the next. So right now I'm done frying and it's time to scoop this out. So the oil is still on the fire, and at this point it's time to make the pepper sauce. So I'll go in with my blended pepper, and we're just going to let this cook for some time so that the water I need to dry, because I had to add little water when blending it. So we're just going to let this dry. As you can see, the water in the pepper has already dried, and next it's time to go in with other ingredients. So like I told you earlier, I'm still going to cut the round onions. So I already cut the onions in a round shape and I've put it in already. So the next you have to stir, and the next we go in with our remaining onions, and then after that it's time to go in with our seasoning cube. Yes, our remaining seasoning cube. So I'm just going to add that. So you don't need much seasoning cube, so you just need little seasoning cube, and then you go in with your salt. After going in with your salt, you make sure to taste this to ensure that it gives you that desired taste. And then after that, we'll be going in with our fried snail meat. So after going in with that, we're just going to stir and let it fry for some minutes. Yes, you're not going to turn off the burner immediately, so you just let this fry for some minutes, just few minutes, and then it's ready to be served. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share and comment, and also don't forget to turn on your post notification bell to be notified whenever I post amazing and interesting videos like this. So this recipe is actually simple, detailed and unique. Try this and thank me later. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.